Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. All right. Seems like it can be heard loud and clear. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to a rare Thursday stream of Fate Grand Order Lost Belt 7. Today, we aim to complete it. I don't know if we will, but that's the goal. And to do so, we're going to have to face ORT. Because there's no, y'all already know, there's no shot we're stopping this thing from waking up. No shot. Every time we've tried to stop something like this, like, even if I hadn't played this before, even if I had heard nothing before, it's like, yeah, we're going to have to fight ORT, or it's going to wake the fuck up and do something. Ain't no shot otherwise. Happened with Ivor the Terrible, happened with fucking, Jinsei Hong. It happened with, we eventually had to fight Skahawk, and Cert woke up. You know, whatever we don't want to wake up to fight always wakes up and we have to fight it. We're very bad at this. It's like, I don't even have to have known that beforehand. That's just pattern recognition at this point. Anyways, so that's on today's docket. Last time on Fate Grand Order, we got a history lesson of Michelin's past, discovering that the meteorite that carried the mala arrived much earlier than before, and that ORT also arrived earlier than before, both appearing 66 million years ahead of schedule. Thanks for the lurk, Scarecrow. And welcome to the stream. We also discovered that during, ORT's first appearance, while it died when it crashed to Earth, it soon revived and started to go on a rampage of Michelin, but was defeated by Kamatoris and all the Kanan people that once lived there. Kamatoris was the only one that remained. We then found that Chichen Itza was under attack, so we raced back. And, well, that didn't go well at all. The majority of the dinos were slain. The king of dinos was slain, named by Iskali. Tezcatlipoca appeared and tried to fuck us up. He already fucked up Quainskaya, but she's better now, thanks to us intervening. Though honestly, despite what Tez tried, despite his best efforts, we kind of just bodied him because Nobunaga is awesome. I'll forever stand Avenger Nobu. One of these days I'll probably get around to trying to 120 her. But on my main, that's MP3, I think I've unlocked an Abhin, the charge one, so it's gonna be quite the ordeal to do so. Then again, I've heard the term universal servant coins, so maybe that's promising. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, that's something in the future, probably the far off future. I don't know. I've heard them mentioned, never seen them. Quite the ordeal call. Oh, hi, Frost. Welcome to the stream. We're not quite at ordeal call yet. We have to finish the Lost build, then the ordeal call starts. Because Elia is going to be a saucy bitch. Thanks for the hydrate, sweetie. Anyways, after we failed to save most of the dinos at Chichen Itza, the remaining dinos went back into the jungle. We had to recuperate our forces, and our pal Kukulon didn't assist us. Also, Olga Marie appeared, having recovered her memory, but was pretending she hadn't. But when she discovered that we had always known she was the foreign god and Chaldea's enemy, but still was friendly anyways, she got really hurt and flew off. And God, I'm hating this little arc. If we were just honest with her when she was recovering her memory, it's like, yes, we knew you were the foreign god. We didn't tell you because we wanted an opportunity to make things better with you. But no, the MC's a coward. At least right now, when it comes to her. And that's very sad and I hate it. But anyways, we'll probably see her again eventually. But now we had to make our way down to the ninth stratum. But to do that, we had to go through the fourth and final underworld ruled by Commodorus. There, he kidnapped Nitocris. We then go to the peak, fight him, rescue Nitocris. Nitocris becomes an Avenger altar, and helps us fight him. And we actually didn't have that bad of a time, thanks to Lacosta. Lacosta was awesome for that fight. Because after there's 6 Noble Phantasm, he starts adding poison to his attacks. X for a few turns. And she has a skill on her guts that changes poison damage into poison heals. And plus, she can lay down poison herself. So, yeah, she was face tanking a majority of that fight. We only had to use 1 leyline stone. And even then, it was only in the last bar. So, go us. Anyways, Nitocris then returned to normal. Commodorus saved her from falling. And then we headed to the ninth stratum. From there, we were jumped by some Tree of Emptiness seeds that were still there, but we found the Tree of Emptiness itself withered up, just like it was in Britain. So something else has clearly done something to it, yet this lost belt remains. So, that's where we're picking up this time on Fate Grand Order. Let me just boot that up while I get accessorized. Hmm? Also, if you hear any rumbling, they're doing construction. I thought they finished that because I hadn't heard them in since last week. I get they'd be gone for Memorial Day, but today's Thursday. They'd be gone the last 2 days too. So I don't know. I thought they were done. The discounted AP for story has expired, but we still have today to use our leyline stones. We have 7 hours to be exact. Well, technically it's probably 7.5. The only thing I'm really worried about using them for is the final run with ORT. Because you can't use your command spells anyways with Tezcate Polka's fight, the final one. They're not following us into the temple? It would seem... Did they recognize this temple as sacred ground or something?
Beats me. I can't even tell if those things are intelligent or not.
May not be intelligence so much as ecology. Those sort of animalistic instincts that cause them to band together to protect their territory when they sense danger. That reminds me of the story of the man who ran from the pit of snakes leading up in a nest of scorpions. On a different note, is it just me or is it rather hot in here? I know temperatures in Michelin are generally hot, but it's almost like the air itself has become pure heat. Not just you, the heat coming from below is intense. Yeah, no regular human could survive in this environment without a mystic code to relegate their body temperatures. Oh, by the way, I recently found out. So people who have watched or know what Prisma Ilia is, I had wondered what the stabs were that were talking. They're mystic codes. That's what they're classified as. Chris looking for any excuse to take off your more clothes. Look, I won't say no, but now might not be the time. Although, I also noticed the temple is similar to other buildings in Chichen Itza, which means it's originally from the Khan Kingdom. Also, I found out that Nitocris was probably originally meant to be like a 3-star or lower servant, because way back then, this isn't so much true these days, but way back then, the design philosophy was that it had less changes the lower rarity they were. They've since abandoned that design philosophy to just go ham with each new unit anyways, or to have as much or as little artistic flexibility. But yeah, you can definitely tell between her first and second ascension, because it doesn't change that much. Or her first and second forms, or her first ascension. Although, I also noticed the temple is similar to the buildings in Chichen Itza, means it's originally from the Khan Kingdom. And that means that at some point, humans were able to live here. Do you know anything about that, Tapu? I can only tell you that I've heard the name Kalakumon passed down in a few oral traditions. Based on all the information we've gathered so far, Kalakumon would seem to be where Michelin's humans originated. They later migrated to the upper strata, and eventually founded the prosperous kingdom of Canaan.
So they move up, cause it's too hot for them to keep living down here?
No, it doesn't seem so. In fact, it seems this heat was instrumental to Canaan's creation. You see, those patterns on the wall tell their story. I believe you call this a mural. Looking at the first mural, it seems Canaan used this geothermal heat to advance their society. Ah yes, I see. Fascinating. Makes me wish we could stay here indefinitely. That's not an option, Tapu. Time's of the essence, not to mention there's no telling when those things might come in here. I understand. There's still a lot to be learned from this mural. It seems that as long as we read it in the correct order, it will lead us to the heart of the temple. Oh god, this word. Chikon Ononaholeon. That's what it seems to be called in the Khanan language. How do you get all those from those doodles? Tapus, no, all Nino's brain is a powerful supercomputer. Decrypting something like this, no problem for them. Quit saying it, please. Chikon Aholeonyan? Guys, please, I don't speak Aztec. In Aztec mythology, that was the name of Michelin's underworld's lowest level. It was the world of peace and regression shrouded in thick fog. The dead people who managed to make their way here from the first layer have their souls purified, be released from their suffering. That's why it was also known as the true Michelin. This was the underworld's finish line. When we saw ORT's corpse in Metzotalion, it wasn't inside a building like this, so it must be even further down. In Chikon Hoyolion. Show us the way, Tapu? Of course, my whole purpose on this trip has been to be your guide. Since it seems that my final task, I'll do my best to ensure that you all arrive at your destination. In the beginning, the world contained a tree. The tree connected the land to the sky and beyond to outer space. Once connected, outer space summoned a star. This star was shattered to pieces, the world set ablaze. The visitors who escaped the planet, Lamala or Greenery, set about rebuilding this world. This brought about an age of gentle reptiles, with neither predator nor foreign enemies. This age of reptiles lasted 100 million years till the second star was summoned, a terminus star. The Mala went on to create a world underground and became a miniature sun. This is how Michelin began. This all lines up with what Juquick told us. The Mala were a fibrous life form who came here 300 million years ago from another planet. They fused the surrounding with the surface's flora and used the network to stabilize the continents into one supercontinent. Dinosaur life flourished on the supercontinent for almost 100 million years. But then 66 million years ago, around the same time as proper human history's fifth mass extinction event, another meteorite collided with the planet. This was the terminus star ORT. Yeah, ORT's collision with Earth could have wiped out the dinosaurs. Or should have wiped out the dinosaurs, but the Mala protected them by creating Michelin and becoming the sun they need to survive. They then started to modify the dinosaurs' DNA and eventually evolved them into a new form of humanity, the Dinos. Then after another 60 million years had passed, the fourth mass extinction event occurred, about 6 million years ago. That was when ORT began functioning again after being shut down. ORT went on to destroy the sun, nearly driving Michelin to ruin. Then the Dinos and the Kanan, every living being here banded together, cast ORT down to the very bottom of Michelin.
Hang on, would that mean...
Senpai, something strange about the mural? Look at it very intently. Huh? This order of events is the opposite of what we thought. In this mural, ORT doesn't emerge until the sun has gone dark. Then that would mean, Yes, Juicequick misinterpreted these events. ORT didn't destroy the sun. It went out before that.
What do you mean it went out? The priest messed up or something?
No, it was just the sun's time. Not even beings as advanced as the Mala was able to create a sun capable of perpetual operation. It stopped running after 60 million years, leaving Michelin covered in darkness. We Dinos cannot function without sunlight, so we went into hibernation for the next 100,000 years. During that time, when the Dinos were no longer Michelin's dominant species, the human nation of Kanan flourished in our place. They never received the Mala's protection. The moment of their conception, the sun had forsaken them. That's why they built this civilization around geothermal heat. Kamatoris was the king of darkness from the very beginning.
Only Michelin will die. When the sun goes out, I will never change. The Dinos will accept their extinction as they did before. But not me. I'll never go extinct. I can live out the heat of the land alone, even without the sun.
Hold on, does that mean the Dinos... The Mala didn't do anything to help defeat ORT then? That's the only one who would fight to protect Michelin, who lost its son were the people of Kanan, no Kamatoris alone. The sun had gone out, yes. That must have been the case. Humans mustered all their might to shut ORT down, and the sun returned to Michelin once again. By the time the Dinos had woke up, the kingdom of Kanan was gone. We never saw Kanan. Theirs was a civilization that developed during the 100,000 years the sun was absent. But we used what remained of the civilization without a second thought.
I see. So that's why the Dinos were so afraid of Kamatoris. We had no excuse for what we did to his people's legacy.
The kingdom of Kanan is arguably Michelin's only mythology. Now we know that Kamatoris was very much a resident of that mythological world. The mural ends here. Chikon Paniola must be deeper inside. The last part of the mural says, when the king tore open the terminus star, became the space tree seedling. Do not touch the star's body, for it has become the foundation of Michelin itself. The terminus star is now nothing less than the seedling of emptiness. Then, does that mean... If the terminus star became the space tree, that mean OR2 fused with the tree of emptiness? Yeah, looks like that's what happened. Maybe ORT absorbed the tree of emptiness as an energy source after the people of Kana wounded it. Or maybe the people themselves used the tree to finish ORT off. Either way, now we know ORT and the tree of emptiness are fused together. That explains what happened to the tree of emptiness outside. The tree itself may be dead, but it lives on in a different form. It looks like we have a new ultimate objective, or rather, we've gone back to the one we started with. Our job is the seventh lost belt to destroy ORT. Yeah, problem with that. How do we do that? See a temple in lava, but how do we get there?
Yikes, that's a sea of actual fire? No wonder it's so hot in here. Wait, if it's fire, where's the smoke?
So this is where the temple's hidden staircase led, a ceiling of yet another underground cavern. Now I get it. Gordolf did say it's every gentleman's dream to own a house with a yard, a pool, and a picket fence. I'm guessing residences like these are fairly common in proper human history then. No? No? What, you mean you don't have a big-ass pyramid surrounded by lava? No, Da Vinci, and neither did you. You had a house in Italy. A normal house. One without a lava moat. Well, a girl can dream.
Don't be ridiculous. In the age of gods, nobody built a domicile as absurd as this. What do you think proper human history is, Tepu?
As for the record, trying to swim across a sea of lava is absolutely out of the question. That goes for you too, Mash. Are you implying that Mash could? I'll be sure to let Akio know. More importantly, if the very bottom of Midgeline's made up of flowing lava, does that mean the ninth stratum we saw earlier is as far as Mala's power reaches? This area onward is Earth's natural geographical formation. Yes, this has to be the mantle. It's probably not as solid as the mantle would usually be, because there's something beneath that pyramid-shaped temple. Madge, can you use Sheba to scan the structural composition of this area? Done. There's 100 meters between the ceiling we're on now and that temple at the base. There also appears to be another cavern 200 meters in diameter below the temple.
Goes down even further than we thought. Maybe it's an elevator.
Yes, that's right, Master. According to Sheba, that temple's a shaft that leads further down. The space at the bottom is most likely Micheline's endpoint. We'll find the Tree of Igneous's roots.
So you got to keep going down then. The walls are pretty scraggy. You guys might be able to get down using those footholes, but... It's okay, Wakchan. You can just wait here. Those footholes are obviously built for humans anyways. They crumble under your weight. But don't worry, I'll be right back.
I should be able to come along. I'm not too heavy. I can glide if I need to. Okay then, Wakchan, you stay here and watch our things while the rest of us head down. We'll use the footholes in the walls to climb down to the bridge, then cross it to reach the temple. Chris, is something bothering you? Oh no, I just heard sounds of running water. Maybe done for if we lose our footing. There's no time to waste. We have to make our way down as quickly and carefully as possible. I'm not looking forward to climbing back up, but at least we're here. Whoa, I'm detecting two life forms up ahead. It's Tezcate Polka. Damn, seriously? Guess David was right. I can't believe you people got here at the same time I did without even knowing the way. And it looks like none of you bowed out in the fourth underworld either. Pretty poor showing on Kabutoris' part. I figured he'd at least tear that master's head off and drink her blood, so they're both representatives of humankind and all that shit. You know, it's not for lack of trying. I see. It must have been the command spells. Those things use up a ton of magical energy, right? I bet he was pretty weak and hungry after putting 3 servants through alteration. Yeah, that explained it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'd assume he'd be pretty damn rested since the last time he did that.
You're astonishingly magnanimous as you are willing. Willingness to speak to even the lowest vermin, great Tezcatli Polka. Nonetheless, taking care of the vermin is my job. May I exterminate them?
Oh yeah, it is your job, isn't it? Sure, go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you. If you hate property history that much, you could get it out of your system while you can. Leaving business unfinished can really eat away at you. Of course, dying with unfinished business happens to be every human, but wait, hold up. So she got knocked all the way down here, huh? Looks like fate smiles on you today, Scully. This god just so happened to make it in time. Seems your battle's gonna keep going for a while.
Huh?
Hi, Tolok. You've looked better. Ow. Have you been falling this entire time? I sure hope not.